Hi, welcome to this video class. In the last videos, you have seen about the physical and chemical changes. In this video, you are going to learn few more examples of chemical changes. Okay, so examples of chemical changes. So burning of magnesium ribbon. When a magnesium ribbon is burnt, it forms a magnesium oxide. When that ash is mixed with water, it gets converted to magnesium hydroxide. So there is a new substance that is formed. Then burning of coal or wood or leaves is also called as a chemical change. When you burn a coal, what is being produced? Ash is being produced. So there is a new substance which is formed. So can we say that as a chemical change? Yes. So burning is always accompanied by production of heat. When we burn something, heat is being produced. As such, explosion of a firework, when a bomb blasts, what does it produce? It produces some heat. Then spoiled food. So spoiled food, it just produces some foul smell. So the reason behind that foul smell is that there is some chemical reactions that takes place in the spoiled food. So we can call the spoiled food as a chemical change. Then the most common scene that you can see, the slice of an apple. When you cut a piece of apple, when you leave it for some time, you can see that there is a change in color. So what might be the reason for the change in color? In the sense, there is some change that has taken place over there. So we can call all these as a chemical changes. Burning of magnesium ribbon, burning of coal, wood or leaves is also a chemical change. Then burning is always accompanied by the production of some heat, explosion of firework, spoiled food and a slice of apple. Okay, so all these are called as the chemical changes, and in all these cases you can see that there is a new substance which is being formed. Then the process of neutralization. Yes, in the last lesson you have studied about the process of neutralization, where there is a reaction that takes place between an acid and a base. So when an acid and base are mixed together, you can see that process is known as neutralization, and there is a new substance that which is being formed. So after the process of neutralization, a salt is being produced. So neutralization reaction is also called as a chemical change. So the ozone layer, which is called as a protective shield, isn't it? It is just covering the earth's surface as a blanket, so which is stopping the ultraviolet rays from not reaching the earth's surface. So you just imagine that if there is no ozone layer, the ultraviolet harmful rays directly reach the earth's surface, which causes harm to the human beings or all the animals that exist over the earth. But here the ozone layer, it is stopping that harmful rays without from not reaching the earth surface. It is called as a protective shield. So here where the ozone layer, it absorbs the ultraviolet rays and it just get converted to an oxygen. So but here the oxygen, ozone is O3, which is not similar of oxygen. It is different. Oxygen is O2 and ozone is O3. So ozone layer, so there is a chemical change that takes place. Then the process of photosynthesis, you might have studied in lesson 1. The production of food material. So what are all the raw materials that it uses for the production of food material? So the plant absorb the solar energy and convert them into chemical energy. So there is a series of chemical reaction that takes place for the production of food even. So photosynthesis can also be called as a chemical change. And the in your normal observation, you might have observed that when an iron is left over for longer periods, you may see some forming of rust over an iron, isn't it? It is because iron, when it comes in contact with oxygen and water, it gets converted to iron oxide. So iron oxide, it is completely different from iron. Okay, so that is called as rust. So and mostly these you can see in coastal regions where there is more where the weather is more humid, in the sense where it consists of more amount of water vapor in the atmosphere. So in mostly in the coastal region, as there is more as it is more humid, the process of rusting is faster in the coastal regions. Then how can we prevent rusting? So how the iron objects are prevented from rusting? Yes, so here to prevent iron articles from coming in contact with oxygen or water or both. So what can we do to prevent that process of rusting? You have to apply a coat of paint or grease over the iron material, or deposit a layer of a metal like chromium or zinc on iron. So the iron has to be deposited either with a chromium or zinc. So that process of depositing a layer of zinc on iron is known as galvanization. So through the process of galvanization, the process of rusting of iron can be prevented. And even the stainless steel is made by mixing iron with carbon and metal like chromium, nickel and manganese, so that it doesn't rust. Okay, so these are all the chemical changes. Okay, so galvanization is something where the iron particles are getting deposited by using a layer of zinc or iron. So that process is known as galvanization. So galvanization can prevent the iron from getting rusted. Yes, so here is another process which is known as crystallization. So crystallization is a physical change again. So how can we say that crystallization is a physical change? It is because there is no new substance that is formed in the process of crystallization. Okay, let us see what is the example given here. So for this, you have to take a cap full of water in a beaker and you have to add few drops of dilute sulfuric acid and you have to heat the water. Now to this water, you have to add copper sulfate powder till no more powder can be dissolved. So after that process of boiling, you have to filter the solution. So when you filter the solution, you will get the crystals of copper sulfate. So here, as there is no change or there is no new substance that is being formed, we are getting crystals of copper sulfate from copper sulfate solution. So that is a chemical that is a physical change that which takes place in the crystals of copper sulfate. So you can even do an activity at your home by using the sugar solution. You just take a beaker full of take 3/4 of water in a beaker, try to add sugar to that till no more sugar dissolve in water. You have to add that much of sugar to that solution, then try to boil it so that the solution has to change into sticky. Okay, so after 1 week you observe that in the beaker you can see some crystals are being formed in the beaker. So crystallization process is a physical change. It is because there is no new substance that which is being formed over there. So we say that crystallization is a process of physical change. So let us now see what is the main difference between a physical change and a chemical change. So physical changes, they are temporary. In the sense, we can get back the original substance there. But whereas in a chemical change, a new substance is formed and we can't bring back the original substance. So we say that it is a permanent change that takes place. Physical change, they are reversible changes. Whereas chemical changes, they are irreversible changes. Whereas in case of physical change, no new substance is formed. Chemical composition remains unchanged, but whereas in case of chemical change, new substances are formed. At the same time, chemical composition also changes. Whereas in case of physical change, the individual properties are retained. There is no change in the property of a substance. But whereas in case of chemical change, individual properties are not retained. It because it leads to the production of a new substance. So the individual properties are not retained in case of the chemical change. So this is the main difference between a physical and a chemical change. So all the physical changes are reversible changes, whereas chemical changes are irreversible changes. Yes. So here, try to identify the changes that you observe around you as physical or chemical changes. You list out few changes that takes place around you and also try to just analyze whether those changes are physical or chemical changes. Thank you. Hope you have understood the lesson. Meet you in the next video.